All right, listen up. I need you to hear this because it could change everything for you. You are wasting too much energy on people who don't deserve it. You are stuck replaying conversations in your head, worrying about what they think, waiting for validation that will never come. And while you're caught up in all that noise, your life is passing you by. Enough! It's time to focus on you. You are wasting way too much time and energy on people who don't deserve it. And you know it. You feel it every time you bend over backward for someone who wouldn't lift a finger for you. Every time you replay a conversation in your head, trying to figure out if you said the wrong thing. Every time you shrink yourself to make someone else comfortable. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you put yourself first? When was the last time you stopped worrying about what they think, what they might say, or whether they'll approve of your choices? You have built your life around other people's expectations, and it is draining you. I get it. I've been there. It's easy to get stuck in this cycle of wanting to be liked, wanting to keep the peace, wanting to prove yourself to people who deep down will never truly see you. You tell yourself you're being loyal, that you're just trying to be a good person. But let's be real. You are betraying yourself in the process. The truth is, not everyone is meant to go where you're going. And some people, they don't even want you to succeed. They like you small. They like you doubting yourself. They like that you second guess your choices because it keeps you right where they want you, stuck. And here's the worst part. You're letting them win. The more you worry about their opinions, the less time you spend building your future. The more you seek their approval, the further you drift from your own goals. And the more you try to fix, please, or convince them, the more you lose yourself. This is not your job. Your job is to grow, to push yourself, to wake up every day and do the things that make you proud of yourself, not them. I know it's hard. I know the idea of letting go is terrifying. You think, but what if I need them? What if I regret it? What if I end up alone? But let me tell you something. Being alone is better than being surrounded by the wrong people. Being alone gives you the space to finally hear your own thoughts, to trust yourself, to figure out what you really want. And when you do that, you become unstoppable. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that every time you try to level up, the wrong people suddenly have a problem with it? You start setting boundaries and they say, you've changed. You focus on your goals and they call you selfish. You stop tolerating their negativity and suddenly you're the bad guy. That's not a coincidence. People who benefit from your self-doubt will always resist your growth. And if you keep trying to hold on to them, if you keep making excuses for them, you will stay exactly where you are, exhausted, frustrated, and stuck in a cycle that never changes. So here's what you need to do. Cut them off. Stop explaining yourself. Stop waiting for their validation. Stop expecting them to change. The moment you start focusing on yourself, some people will leave. Let them. Some people will judge you. Ignore them. Some people will try to make you feel guilty. Don't fall for it. Because the truth is, the right people, the ones who genuinely care about you, who want to see you win, who push you to be better, they won't need an explanation. They'll support you. They'll respect your boundaries. They'll celebrate your success, not resent it. So stop making yourself small for people who can't handle your growth. You don't need their permission to become the person you're meant to be. You already know what you need to do. You've known for a while. You know you need to walk away from that toxic relationship. You know you need to stop making excuses and finally take action on your goals. You know you need to stop overthinking and just make the damn decision, but you don't. You hesitate. You sit there, overanalyzing, doubting yourself, waiting for the right moment that never comes. You tell yourself you need more time, more confidence, more clarity. And while you're waiting, life keeps moving. Opportunities slip by. Days turn into months. Months turn into years, and nothing changes. Let me tell you something. You are one decision away from a completely different life. But hesitation is killing your potential. Every time you pause, every time you let doubt creep in, every time you sit there and overthink instead of acting, your brain wins. And your brain, it's designed to keep you in the same patterns. It loves comfort, even if that comfort is destroying you. That's why you struggle to make changes. That's why you keep falling back into old habits. That's why you say, tomorrow I'll start, but tomorrow never comes. Because your brain is running the same script it always has, and it's keeping you stuck. This is where the 5-second rule comes in. It's simple, but it's powerful. The next time you feel hesitation creeping in, the next time you catch yourself waiting, overthinking, or making excuses, you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you move. No thinking, no debating, just action. Because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. I learned this the hard way. There was a time in my life when I couldn't even get out of bed in the morning. I felt stuck, overwhelmed, completely lost. I knew I needed to change, but I just couldn't make myself do it. One morning, as I lay there hitting the snooze button for the 10th time, I saw a rocket launch on TV. And I thought, what if I launched myself out of bed like that rocket? So the next morning, instead of giving myself time to hesitate, I counted down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I got up just like that. And that tiny moment changed everything. Because once I saw that I could take control in 1 second, I started using it everywhere. I used it to stop overthinking, to speak up when I was scared, to finally take action on things I'd been avoiding for years. And every time I used it, I realized something. Confidence isn't what you need before you act. It's what you build by taking action. Think about it. You don't wake up one day magically confident. Confidence comes from proving to yourself over and over again that you can do hard things, that you can trust yourself, that you don't need to wait until you feel ready. Because let me tell you a secret, you never will. You weren't ready for half the things you've already survived, and yet here you are. You weren't ready for that job, that challenge, that unexpected twist in your life, and yet you figured it out. You will always figure it out, but only if you stop hesitating and start moving. The next time you're sitting there debating whether you should send that email, make that phone call, say yes to that opportunity, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The next time you feel yourself falling into old habits, talking yourself out of something that could change your life, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, break the pattern. And the next time you think, I can't, I'm not ready, what if I fail? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it anyway, because hesitation is the problem. And action is the cure. You've spent so much time waiting for closure, waiting for an apology, waiting for someone to finally see your worth. You keep hoping that if you explain yourself enough, if you prove yourself enough, if you hold on long enough, things will change. But they won't. And deep down, you already know that. Let me tell you something. You don't need closure. You don't need them to understand. You don't need their approval to move forward. What you need is to stop wasting your energy on people and situations that no longer serve you. Every time you replay the past in your head, every time you tell yourself if only or what if, you are stealing time from your future. You are giving your power away to people who don't deserve it. And for what? So you can stay stuck in a cycle of frustration, self-doubt, and regret? No, you are better than that. You are smarter than that. You have dreams, goals, and an entire future waiting for you, but you will never get there if you keep looking behind you. The truth is, growth is uncomfortable. When you start focusing on yourself, when you start setting boundaries, when you finally decide that your peace matters more than their opinions, some people are going to be upset. Let them be. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. You know who's supposed to be with you? The people who don't need to be convinced. the ones who respect you without you having to fight for it, the ones who see your value without you having to prove it, the ones who don't get defensive when you set boundaries, but instead celebrate your growth. And guess what? Those people, they will only show up once you make room for them. But as long as you keep holding on to the wrong ones, as long as you keep obsessing over the past, you're blocking what's meant for you. I know it's hard. I know the idea of walking away feels terrifying. You think, what if I regret it? What if I lose something good? But let's flip that question. What if you don't? What if by walking away, you gain peace? You gain clarity. You gain the freedom to finally focus on yourself without the weight of trying to please people who will never be satisfied. You have to stop giving your energy to people who drain you. You have to stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You have to stop living your life based on what someone else thinks, because here's the harsh truth. They're not thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. While you're losing sleep over their opinion, they're out there living their life. So why aren't you? It's time to redirect all that energy, the energy you've been using to analyze their words, their actions, their behavior. It's time to take all of it and put it into yourself. Work on your goals, hit the gym, start the business, read the book, take the class, travel, learn something new, wake up every day and pour into yourself so much that you don't even have time to think about them. When you grow, you naturally outgrow the people and places that aren't meant for you. And that's not a bad thing. It's a sign that you're evolving, that you're stepping into the version of yourself that isn't willing to settle for less than what you deserve. And let me tell you something else. The people who truly matter, the ones who are aligned with your future, they're not going to resent your growth. They're going to support it. They're going to push you higher. They're going to inspire you to be even better, but you won't find them if you're still stuck in the past. So stop waiting for an apology that's never coming. Stop hoping they'll change. Stop holding yourself back just to make other people comfortable. It is time to take all of that energy back and build the life you deserve. If you don't make a change right now, where will you be in a year? Still stuck? Still waiting? Still telling yourself the same excuses? You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You don't need someone to come save you. What you need is to decide. The problem isn't that you don't know what to do. You know exactly what needs to change. You know you're wasting time. You know you're playing small. You know you're making excuses for why you're not showing up for yourself. And yet, instead of taking action, you hesitate. You wait for the perfect moment. You wait until you feel ready. But guess what? That moment isn't coming. Let me tell you something. The people who are successful, the ones who build great lives, the ones who wake up feeling fulfilled, they aren't waiting for the right moment. They don't feel ready. They don't have all the answers. They just start. They decide that where they are is not where they want to stay, and they take action, even when it's messy, even when it's uncomfortable, even when they're scared out of their minds. You have spent too much time sitting on the sidelines of your own life, watching other people chase their dreams, watching other people take chances, watching other people build the kind of life you want. And you sit there wondering, why not me? Well, why not? What's stopping you? I'll tell you, you are. You are the one making the excuses. You are the one talking yourself out of opportunities. You are the one coming up with reasons why now isn't the right time. And I get it. It's easy to do that. It's easy to put things off, to tell yourself you'll start next week, next month, next year. But let's be real. How many times have you said that? And how many times has it actually happened? If you don't change something today, a year from now, you'll be in the exact same place, feeling the exact same frustration, making the exact same excuses. And you do not want that. Your time is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when things feel easier, now. And don't you dare say, but I don't know where to start, because that's just another excuse. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to take the first step and then another and then another. That's how real change happens, not in huge leaps, but in small, consistent actions. You don't need permission. You don't need a sign from the universe. You don't need anyone to validate your dreams. You need to decide that you are done waiting, done making excuses, done living a life that is less than what you deserve. So here's what you're going to do. The next time you catch yourself hesitating, the next time you start overthinking, the next time you feel fear creeping in, you count down 5, 4, 3, 2,